your nutrition, your absorption rates of protein, carbs, and fats. We'll be able to look at your vitamin mineral deficiencies, if there are any, and how your blood is actually absorbing and being nourished. And this is more of a motivational standpoint, just to kind of help you see how your body is. And once you know yourself, you'll be able to make a more educated guess as to what you need to start putting into your system and making sure that you're getting the nutrients that you want to do. So, just as in, they could use your blood as for a DUI. Your blood's not going to lie to us. Diabetics check their blood every day with a finger stick. We're going to do a finger stick on you, take a sample of your blood, put it under the microscope so that you can see everything that I see. We have it hooked up to a TV screen, and we'll go from there.
Okay, here we go, y'all. All right, what you need, my finger?
Yep. Let's take one finger. And
I don't like needles.
we're gonna let that air dry. We'll prepare the slide here. We just need 1 drop of blood. Ready?
As ready as I'm going to be.
Here we go. One little stick there. We're going to swab it. And swab it again. Take that sample. Okay, go ahead and add pressure to that. Got it. Okay, so we're going to start off looking at your blood at 10 times magnification.
Okay.
And this is an immersion microscope, which requires the opticals to be immersed in oil. So we're going to put 1 drop of oil on the top of your slide so we can actually bring this into focus. We'll slide this under here.
And we're going to be able to see this on the computer screen?
Yep, so it's going to show up here. Let's take some light out of it. And we're just going to zoom in. And we should start to see the blood now. Alright. So there are your blood cells. Let's see if I can bring that into focus a little bit better. Okay. So right now we're looking at your blood cells from 10 times magnification, and what we want to see is we want to see a clear picture like this here. So we want to see your blood cells free and clear of any debris in the extracellular fluid. They should be about the same shape and size.
Okay.
And from this distance we can already see that they are linked up together. So all these guys linked up and working together on the buddy team is what we don't want to have. And this is being caused by excess protein in your diet.
Okay.
Excess protein is not being broken down, makes it super sticky. And so you have what they call rouleau. Rouleau is a French word for stacking.
Okay.
And so, if this were my blood, I probably would take an enzyme capsule on an empty stomach to actually go into your bloodstream and clean up your blood. Right now, we're going to zoom in, and we're going to look at it at 100 times magnification. Let's add some light to the situation. Now you can actually see how those cells are sticking together and working on the buddy system. This will be equivalent to 6 or 7 people running arm in arm trying to run a lap around a building. It's just not going to be that efficient for your body to deliver nutrients. And so what we want to try to do is to get those cells to work on a more single file basis on their own. Now we're just going to kind of slide through your slide here and see what we can see. We're not going to be able to see the integrity of your cells just because of the fact that they are kind of clumped up. And all those cells being together, what's going to end up happening is as they try to deliver nutrients. This is the white blood cell. White blood cells
right
are...
here?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's the function of your immune system. And if you look real close, you can see some of the guys in there shaking around. These are enzyme sacs and lysosomes that are actually processing what's going on inside your blood. So his job is to release a chemical blood thinner. By releasing chemical blood thinner, he wants to free up those cells and make it so that they're actually running solo dolo instead of hanging out and all being linked together.
Yeah. So am I below average right now with this, or?
Well, looking at this, we want to see these cells free and clear. So the fact that they're all sticking together, not breaking down protein is actually becoming...
And that's what the enzymes are there for. Okay.
So your enzymes will break this stuff down and get it to where your body can actually utilize the protein as a nutrient.
Okay.
This stuff here, these little lines, these are spicules, And so your body's recognizing protein as a toxin instead of a nutrient. When we have that going on, you actually lead to a little bit of liver stress. And so again, if this was my blood, I would take and put the protein enzymes on an empty stomach to making sure they're getting into your bloodstream and starting to clean it up. These little guys right here are unprocessed fats and sugars. And so when we have unprocessed fats and sugars, we talked already about the flour and white flour being combined with water. When you have white flour combined with water, you're making glue in your bloodstream. It makes it conducive for the unprocessed fats and sugars to hang out. And when we have that, oh, here's a little white blood cell creeping in. So here's another good neutrophil. And again, his job is to clean up your blood and make it so that all the stuff that we're looking at starts to get broken down. And that's where if we sat here and watched it for the next hour, it's just going to start to process some of those fats and sugars. And that's what his number one job is, to make it so that you don't become sick or you don't become, in one sense, a disease state because of the fact that your immune system, your lymphatic system is working for you.
Okay. All right, makes sense.
So your cells being like this would lead you to be a little bit more lethargic and fatigued. It's the same as if, again, if we were trying to do something, if we run up a flight of stairs arm in arm with 3 people, it's not going to be as effective. Same thing, if you were to require these cells to do something in a quick state, they're not going to be as efficient delivering those oxygen or nutrients because of the fact that they're all coming
Which
together.
can make you lethargic.
Right.
Okay.
So come 3, 4 o'clock, and it may not be every day. It might be on Tuesdays. It might be on a Saturday. It might be on a Sunday because of the fact that your body goes in cycles. And so we want to try to free that up and make it so that a lot of times people talk about getting in shape. It's not so much that your body now is, you've accustomed or you became acclimated to working out. It's that your cells are more efficient at delivering the nutrients. And when you get those cells to start being efficient, then you can call yourself, quote unquote, in shape. Now your body's actually getting to the point where the efficiency of these red blood cells becomes more effective.
Okay, that makes sense. And I am lethargic at times.
Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying.
It makes sense now.
And no matter what you try to do, is what needs to happen is these cells need to be individual. They need to
be broke down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is, again, not to say that you're taking in too much protein. It's the amounts of protein that you're taking in are not being completely processed to where your body can absorb it. And so we have these fats and sugars that are here as well. Little aggregations. We just want to get those guys broken down and processed. Let's see if we can bring that into focus. So yeah, after about a month or so, if you were taking an enzyme supplement, we should be able to see these cells free and clear.
And how often do you take these enzyme supplements?
Well, you would take an enzyme every time you had something that was cooked, okay, to stop this from getting any further. And then taking it on an empty stomach is going to go in and help clean that up. So by taking it on an empty stomach, it goes into the bloodstream, processes it. Instead of going in with food, if there's food in your stomach, then it's going to break down your food. We don't want that to happen. We want to actually help your body to clean up itself, and that's where your enzymes are going to come in. So 2 or 3 with every cooked meal, and then I'd say 2 on an empty stomach between meals, at least twice a day.
Okay, do you have a sample of that I can show everybody? This is something everybody needs to really look into right here.
So this is the enzyme capsule that we have. This is called Flow. It's provided by One Body, and it's got enzymes and probiotics. You have an enzyme for every category of food. And so you have amylase, protease, peptidase, lipase. These all enzymes break down protein, carbs, fats, sugars, dairy products, as well as your probiotics to help your body to absorb it. And so this is what you would be taking with every meal if it's been cooked. If it's raw, obviously if it's a salad or if you're eating some fruit, you won't need your enzymes. But if it has been cooked, you want to try to take 1 to 2 capsules with that meal. And then again, on an empty stomach to process your bloodstream and clean up your blood a little bit, you would take the same capsules.
Okay. All right. And what's a number that they can reach you at? What's your name again?
My name is Wadis.
Wadis?
Yep.
Okay.
And you can go to the website, onebody.com, onebode.com. And we can be reached at 888-574-3341.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, Brian.
All right.
No problem.